Hello everyone, today I'm going to be ranking the songs on Mariah Carey's E=MC² album. If you'd like to skip right to my ranking, I'm going to have a timestamp on the screen right here to where you guys can skip to. And now let's get on to a couple quick disclaimers. Number one, this is just my personal opinion and interpretation. I'd love to hear yours down below. Just keep respectful, please. Gonna be reading on my phone as I always do. Sorry for any background noise or dust particles that may occur throughout this video. Everything I referenced to make this video, mention will be linked down below in the description if you're curious. Lastly, if I have any else I forget to check down below, I might have a pinned comment. And let's get into it. At number 14 is going to be Cruise Control featuring Damian Marley. It's fine until she does this like Jamaican accent, which kind of makes me cringe a little bit because it's like, why would you do that? I don't really care for that part. And then Damian Marley has a feature which does no favors for me. I would have been completely fine if his verse was left out of this song. I also don't really care for his part at the beginning before the song really gets into it either. Basically, I enjoy most of it. As it goes on, it just gets worse, which is why it's here. But I definitely could enjoy it more than I have in the past. But this is a song that I'm typically going to skip. And now to number 13, which is going to be Love Story. This song is so ridiculously bland. It's like she went into the studio and she was like, what's the blandest song I can make? And then she went in and then she made this. Like, you can't tell me anything different. Like, I just find it boring. It doesn't really hold my attention very much. Does she sound great in the song? Of course. There's just something about it that doesn't really connect with me a whole lot, which is why it's going to be here ultimately. Now to number 12, which is going to be Migrate featuring T-Pain. This is not bad. It definitely grew on me whenever I came back to listen to it. I can understand why people enjoy the song so much. I don't think that T-Pain was necessary on this song at all. I really do not care for his verse, and I think it goes on way too long. If it was just a solo song, I would listen to it way more. But this song has never been a favorite one that I absolutely love, but that's like my thoughts there. I think that it definitely sounds like the time in a good way, something for the club, something to party to. I can appreciate it in that respect. And now to number 11, which is going to be OOC. This is a really cute song that has really grown on me over time because it used to be kind of indifferent towards it, and now I just really enjoy it whenever it does come on. I like how playful and catchy it is, different languages that she kind of uses. I actually like the energy of the track. It doesn't overstay its welcome. And on to number 10, which is going to be Thanks for Nothing. This is a nice track with intriguing production by Jermaine Dupri, nice lyrics and vocals as well, and the bridge is pretty good on the song. Now to number 9, which is going to be Side Effects featuring Jeezy. This is a solid track where she's discussing what she had to deal with in her marriage to Tommy Mottola, and it just affects how she sees her life now. I got through that marriage, I'm done with it, but I still live with the side effects for that. I can't trust certain people. I think people have certain motivations and stuff, and so she talks about this in this song, which I think is a really interesting topic, and I can appreciate the way that she approaches it. Overall, it's well written. Jeezy's verse is enjoyable. The production is interesting. My favorite lyric is whenever she says, but instead I kept my tears inside because I knew if I started, I'd keep crying for the rest of my life with you. I finally built up the strength to walk away. Don't regret it, but I still live with the side effects. Now to number 8, which is going to be Last Kiss. Another song I used to not really care for that much, but it's grown on me the more that I have listened to it. Decent vocals and production here. My favorite lyric is whenever she says, never let it go, get it right. Bring it back home, stick the light. And now to number 7, which is going to be Bye Bye. This is a very heartfelt song where she talks about her dad. I still stand by my statement that this is better than One Sweet Day in every single metric. It just feels more personal. It has more replay value. I feel like I could connect to this a little bit more. Good production and vocals as well. And now to number 6, which is going to be For the Record. This one took some time to grow on me because I was very mixed on how I felt about this song. There was parts of me that was like, okay, I can like it, and then parts of it's just like kind of bothered me, but as I listen to it more, I can definitely appreciate it, and I really do enjoy it. Now, my favorite lyric is the bridge whenever she says, for the record, you'll always be a part of me no matter what you do. And for the record, can't nobody say I didn't give my all to you. And for the record, I told you underneath the stars that you belong to me. For the record, it's obvious that we just can't let go of us, honey. What an insane bridge. The fact that she has such a catalog to where she can reference her past songs, and it's like she did what she had to do there, and then she does that again, for example, in With You that she did on Caution, referencing Breakdown. Like, you really do love to see it. Just the way that she did that so seamlessly and just like sonically, I always look forward to that bridge for sure. And that's part of the reason why it's so high, if I'm honest. I think that this one has nice vocals and production, and the whistles are fantastic. And now to top 5. At number 5, I have I'm That Chick. This is a really cool song. Something about the song just feels so effortless, and I absolutely love it. Gives me roller skating vibes. And it has such a nice groove to it as well, with a great vocal delivery. I really like whenever she says like "Pac, all eyes on me," just like a cool little reference. And the song incorporates a sample from Michael Jackson's "Off the Wall." And something I said in, I believe, my Merry Christmas to You ranking, whenever Mariah breathes in at the beginning of the song, I already know she's about to go in. And just what a moment, such a delight to listen to. And now to number 4, which is going to be "I'll Be Loving You a Long Time." This makes me so happy to listen to. It's just infectious. I absolutely adore the song so much. The song's hook and instrumentation is derived from sampling DeBarge's "Stay With Me." I really appreciated how it was incorporated into the song. I love her vocals, the lyrics, and the bridge as well. Also, I really like whenever she sings that little "hey" part at the end. That just stood out to me and something I wanted to mention. And now to number 3, which is going to be "Touch My Body." This is a great lead single, nice way to start off the tone for the album, I think personally. It's so much fun to listen to. The vocals are pretty. I love her vocal at the end particularly. Decent production, great lyrics. I love the music video as well. Just really fun. And she looks great in it. It's well done there. My favorite lyric is whenever she says, "Cause if you run your mouth and brag about the secret rendezvous, I will hunt you down. Cause they be all up in my business like a Wendy interview." And I was just on Twitter recently and somebody posted whenever Wendy heard the song for the first time. And it was so funny, so I will find that and I will link that down below in the description. But it's honestly what she deserves, because one thing about Wendy, she's going to ask inappropriate questions, and I just live for whenever Mariah and Whitney particularly just shut her down. Like, that's so funny to listen to there. So I just thought that that was hilarious. And just like the way that her mind works to just like rhyme those two words together is something else. I cannot forget about the iconic GMA performance where the playback happens too early and she says, "Stop singing my part now, baby." I will link that down below in the description if you haven't seen it, but that's something I wanted to mention as well. Now to number 2, which is going to be "I Stay in Love." Another We Belong Together clone has come to the front. And honestly, all I can say about the song is that I absolutely love it. She did what had to be done on this song. For me personally, she's saying the relationship's over, but I can't get over it. And I think it's a lovely track. Clean production, good chord progressions, excellent vocals and lyrics too. It's just one that I find myself gravitating towards. Like, if I'm gonna come to this album, I'm only gonna pick a few songs. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to pick this song to listen to. I just really quite enjoy it. My favorite lyric is whenever she says, "If you don't know me at this point, then I highly doubt you ever will. I really need you to give me that unconditional love I used to feel." And now into my number 1 pick, which is going to be "I Wish You Well." This song is just immaculate from start to finish. I've said I love her gospel work before, and that reigns true here. I appreciate the way that she incorporates the Bible verses in very tastefully. Lyrically, it's phenomenal with these really personal lyrics. And the way that the song progresses is really incredible to listen to, and I absolutely love that. My favorite lyric is whenever she says, "But we've all made mistakes, felt the guilt and self-hate." It's such a powerful song with these beautiful vocals. The background vocals are stunning. I love the piano on this track. You hit play on the song, and it just takes you on such a journey whenever you listen to it. It's heavy in the best way and just well done on every single front. And that's why I had to put it at number 1 for today's video. Now I'm going to go over my ranking recap, which will be on the screen right next to me, just going over everything. So obviously I feel pretty good about this ranking right now. Of course, as I listen to the album more, my opinions can change. I will say I really struggle between putting Cruise Control or Love Story at the bottom. But I don't know, I mean, those could switch on any given day. Like, it is what it is there. And I know, like, in my ranking videos, people watch them and be like, "Oh, you put a song at number 6, like, that's way too low and stuff." But, like, it's really hard for me to do the ranking on these videos. And just because a song is at, like, number 6 or number 8 doesn't mean that I hate it at all. I actually quite enjoy most of the songs on her albums and stuff. And so it's always really tricky to do. So that's something that I wanted to know. But yeah, as I listen to these songs more, my opinions can definitely change for sure. But that's something that I wanted to know. And now I wanted to share my thoughts on the bonus tracks. I love Heat. The production just really hits. It's a fun little track, enjoyable. And then For Real is all right. It doesn't really captivate me a whole lot. I think there might be something missing, or I just think I have to give it some more lessons to really let it sink in, to be honest. Debrat has a great verse. That's probably my favorite part of a song. I just think it's really clever. I really like her delivery there too. So I definitely think the more that I listen to the song, I could see it growing on me for sure, because I just want to like it more. And I think that that's a possibility if I tell myself like, "Oh, you need to listen to this song more. Now I wanted to share my overall thoughts on this album. This is a pretty good album. This is her victory lap after the emancipation of Mimi, and you can definitely tell that she was trying to recreate the success of that album in this. I mean, she basically even said that in terms of like the album title, and I found something which I will read to you off of Wikipedia. It says, prior to the release, the album's working title had been That Chick, which was also the working title of a song on the album that would eventually be titled I'm That Chick. As the release date drew near, the title was changed to MC² in reference to Carey's previous album, The Emancipation of Mimi, 2005. The title signifies emancipation equals of MC Mariah Carey to the second power. It is a word play on Albert Einstein's famous mass energy equivalence formula and has been dubbed as a sequel and improved counterpart to The Emancipation of Mimi. And then continuing on, it says Carey expressed how she considered Mimi the main course and felt the new album would be treated as dessert. In an interview with Enemy, the singer described her choice on the album's title. Basically, I'm freer on this album than I've ever been. Some of the songs on the last album were cool, but maybe not quite as neat as this album. When questioned if the title represented Carey's interest in physics, she jokingly added Einstein's theory, physics, me. Hello, I even failed remedial math. I could not pass 7th grade math even in the lowest class with the worst kids. The album's similarity to its predecessor is not only found in the title and the music, but also in its artwork. In the album cover art, she holds almost the exact same pose as from her last album, only with different lighting and wardrobe. I still like the album title. I think that it's cute. I saw like a funny tweet about it. It's like, rip Albert Einstein, you would have loved equals MC² by Mariah Carey, and like people make jokes about this album all the time. So I mean, I think it's funny. I just think that it's on brand for her. So I honestly don't mind the album title. Do I think that this is as good as The Emancipation of Mimi? No. The Emancipation of Mimi has more replay value because I think that the tracks are stronger overall there. There are some tracks I really don't like. To the Floor, Say Something, Get Your Number, I only listen to sometimes. I can't stand it because of Jermaine's part. So there's definitely weak tracks in there. But if I'm looking at the core strengths, I definitely go back to The Emancipation of Mimi more. And that's just like my personal opinions there. But yeah, this is her victory lap album, and I still think that it's pretty good. I can still enjoy it, but it's never been one of my favorite albums from her. I see people like, oh, this is one of her best albums, and I could just never agree with that for like a lot of different reasons. Like, I'm not quite understanding that. But I mean, hey, that's just like my opinion there. After listening to the album for this video, I will say that I want to revisit it more because it's like I almost forgot how much I enjoyed some of these songs, because usually I pick a couple songs and then I just move on with my day. I don't really stream this from front to back really often. And then some other positives about the album. As usual, her vocals are stunning. Her background vocals are top tier. Like I said before, the best at background vocals in my personal opinion. We have some deeper tracks in terms of the subject matter, like Side Effects, like I Wish You Well, that I can appreciate. We got the bops as well. The songwriting is great, decent production, and instrumentation on the album as well. Next thing is that I can appreciate how the samples are incorporated here. She really shows people how it's done, because a lot of people nowadays, they want to go and just sample anything and it doesn't even sound right in the song because it's been done to the death, or they just really don't understand how to make it work in their favor. And she's able to do that time and time again, so I really respect her for that. I love the music videos from this era. I think that they were well done and directed overall, and they're worth checking out if you haven't seen them already. I do not care for this album cover at all. Like I was reading off Wikipedia, it's like basically the same pose as Emancipation of Mimi. Like, she's not really doing anything different there. It's in the black and white, and then she slapped her name right at the bottom, and like this like purple and like kind of pink font. Just like aesthetically, like I can't really get into this album cover. Like, I just feel like she should have done something different. Like, I'm seeing some outtakes, I'm like, okay, like I could appreciate that more, but like that's my opinion there. It just feels kind of like tacky to me. Like, it doesn't feel well thought out, but like that's how I'm feeling. Something I forgot to add in reference to the album cover is like about it being in black and white. I think I read this on Twitter like a bit ago, but people were saying that the reason a lot of album covers in 2008 were black and white was because of the recession. So that's definitely something that I wanted to know as well that I forgot to mention. Overall, this was a really good era. We got some fun looks, we got some great moments that I will have on the screen right next to me, and I can really appreciate her fashion in general. Some of these looks I still remember to this day. They're just simply iconic. So I think that's going to be all of my thoughts on this album. If you enjoyed this video, then you should definitely subscribe to my channel, because every single month I pick a Mariah album and I rank all the songs in it. Next month month, I will finally be ranking all the songs on Glitter, which I know some of you are excited for. Someone just recently commented on the video I did where I ranked all of her albums, which will be down below in the description if you would like to check that out if you haven't already. My opinions have actually changed a lot since I did that video, so I'm actually really excited to do it. So definitely subscribe if you would like to see that. Also, I've done a lot of videos on her, which will be in the cards right now. They will be at the end of this video, and they will be linked down below in the description if you would like to check them out. But that's going to be it for my thoughts on this album. What do you guys think? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Anything that I missed, let me know down below in the comments because I would absolutely love to read them. If you enjoyed this video, please just give it a like. It really helps me out in the YouTube algorithm. I'd very much appreciate it. You can subscribe for more videos like this. You hit the bell, you get a notification for every single time I post so you not miss when a brand new video comes out. And I was on my YouTube studio recently, and it showed that people turn on notifications for me, but they don't have notifications for YouTube on their phone. So if you turn on notifications, definitely make sure to do that so you know whenever I make a new video. So that's definitely something I want to know. The first link down below in the description is going to be my second channel. My last video on there, I talked about a variety of topics, so definitely check that out if you would like to see more of me. I'm going to have my Twitter, my Instagram, my Spotify if you would like to follow me, as well as links to give this album a shot, and lastly links to educate you guys on important situations. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.